Hey, what's up guys, this is TonTon here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a brand new Transformers figures to show you. So here we have the Transformers Studio Series Dark of the Moon Deluxe class number 71 Dino. So now let's begin. And so here we have Dino, also known as Mirage. They are the same characters, but somehow in the Bayverse, the Mirage name got changed to Dino, and here we have the vehicle mode. So in the show, he is actually a Ferrari 458, but here unfortunately the alternate mode, the vehicle got remodeled due to license problem, and that is pretty easy to understand. Ferrari has a higher branding price than Chevrolet or GMC with Bumblebee and Ironhide, and also for custom cars like Optimus. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you some different points between this alternate mode and the cars that are used in the movie. So first up is the front. As you can see, the overall impression of this car is it is more angular than round with the feel of Ferrari like in the movies, and air vent underneath has a piece in the middle that is not appears in the movie. The headlights is different, and overall the feeling is also different. But also this vehicle mode got some really nice detail, like the mirrors on both sides here, they're quite nice. And of course you have the clear black windows. This is the same window materials that they used for Bumblebee and other figures. And if you turn to the back, as you can see, all the details here are different from the original vehicle. You got some exhaust pipe, but they are arranged in a triangle formation instead of a straight line. So anyway, despite that this is not the actual cars that appears in the movie, I still enjoy this. This still gives me the feel of a sport cars, and this is really nice. The wheels are painted with some silver on it, and I think that they are pretty nice. The headlight details are great, and I enjoy the vents detail. I think the vents would benefit from some panel lining. With some like bright panel lining, the van looks really nice. And upon that, if you turn him to the back, it is quite unfortunate that this vehicle is red, but as you can see, the backlight is painted in red color as well, which is pretty nice. They don't need to do that, but they did to highlight it. And of course the exhaust pipe are quite dull, so I think some little bit of marking black on it would be nice. And so now for some size comparison. So here we have Mirage next to here we have Dino next to Bumblebee, and personally I feel that they're in great size. Of course Mirage is a little bit wider than Bumblebee, if you see that, but then their height and their length are quite similar. So now next on we have Mirage with another Dark of the Moon characters, which is Sentinel Prime, and again the scaling works perfectly for this line over here. This is the actual size comparison, which is pretty nice. Okay, so I think enough of that. Now let's get to some transformation. So to begin with the transformation, first off you want to break out this piece and open the door. Yeah, he got a door, two doors, which is pretty nice. Open them out like that. And we're done. So finishing transforming Dino, I gotta admit that I'm quite surprised, because when I first see this figure's image and look at the back, I thought I would hate him. But after transforming him and play with him for a little while, I realized that I really enjoy these figures. I thought that the way he hide all the back cables is a mess, but actually I enjoyed it in the result of giving him a really nice and slick robot body, which is really nice and surprised. Other than that, the ideas of this is really brilliant. I love the way they did this, and I wish that they would make Roadbuster this way. And other than that, it is really nice and surprised. I enjoy having him around like this, and I absolutely adore the way they can make this guy transform from a car to a very slick robot without any major cables. Of course, if you are some perfectionist, you would complain that the back is kind of blocky, but I gotta admit to you that at this size, this is the best that you can do and that anyone can do. So now, no more further ado, let's get to some details over this guy. Begin with the details. First, I'm gonna say my compliment to the face design. Really nice, really detailed painted. You got a lot of silver paint, but like this is not like the big major piece of silver, but like they're really small and angular details. I absolutely adore the mouth details, and you have to see the blue eyes here as well, along with all the silver that running around his head. That is a really nice head sculpt, and I absolutely adore that. And moving down on the chest here with the torso. So the whole torso design, this is to, because of the complex of the design of this, so they went with the option of giving him a separate effect piece of torso. It is movie accurate, and other than that, I have no other complaints. I love the abs detail underneath, and of course you still got the light looking details on the chest as well. And also by this design, which is really slick and round, you can see that this is a really beefy kind of like assassinate Autobots, which is really interesting. And of course, then we move to the arms. Like I said, the arm this is just the arms, because the arm does not play any parts of the transformation rather than just hide away. And so you still got the front section of the car like that. That is the same. The arm is barely painted, but the highlights go to the hands. I really enjoy this hand, because as you can see in the movie, Dino hand is a little bit of kind of big, and they captured it perfectly. And I love all the details. You can see all the joints over there. And then moving on to the blade, which is this on the accessories. So the blade is only black with some mechanical details on it. I would love to see some third party like DNA is doing some upgrades for him, and give him a little bit of like some custom blade with Cybertronian symbol on it. And one more thing is that when I first saw this, I thought the blade is kind of small, but after playing with this figure, I think that this will be the perfect size for the blade because of the articulation, which I'm going to mention later on. And moving down, we have the leg, and I must say, when I first transformed this figure, I was really astounded by the details and the way the leg is transformed. Like I said, this is a really slick transformer, and so all the arms and legs does not play any particular role in the transformation sequence. So they went with the only option of hide them away, and by doing that, they accomplished some really nice looking arms and legs in recent years. They are really human-like, and look at the painted feet of him. I really adore all the silver painted on it, and also along with some painted details onto the leg itself as well. And also the thighs. I enjoy the thighs here because of the way the car parts just tuck in like that. It is some really neat and nice armor, and also nice, good about proportion wise as well. So a lot of people would complain, and I must say this, the only downside of this robot mode will be the backpack, because of the way he transformed. But to me, to achieve such slick and dynamic robot mode, this is the necessary sacrifice. And of course, you can, if you are some fans, you can also flip out the back piece of the window, the doors as well, like that if you want to. And that would be it. So now let's get to some size comparison with this guy. So for some size comparison, here we have Dino next to Bumblebee. This is the Buzzworthy version. So see, they are on a similar size of Deluxe. Here we have Dino next to Optimus, and as you see, Optimus really tower over him. And now let's get to some action and articulation. So to begin with actions and articulation, first begin with the windows section. So of course they can move like that, and they can also swing in and out for some dynamic poses, which is really nice. I enjoy this more than Bumblebee's window. And then we begin with the head. The next one we got the head. It can look up and down a little bit, and it barely can rotate because of the way it is designed with all the colors and stuff. And then we got the arms. It is on a ball joint, so I'm going to show you clearly. It is on a 2 ball joint, 1 hinge joint and a ball joint for the shoulders. So the range is quite good over here. And so it can do a full 360 spin like that. But you got to be careful with this guy because he got some piece that will get in the way. And so he got a bicep swivel, which is barely moved, but it is still a thing though. He got a double jointed elbow, so that is a really nice range of elbow. And like I said, this is because the arms does not have to participate in any parts of the transformation. So he got a full range of articulation. The hands can do a full 360, and the blade is on a joint, so it can do a rotation like that, and it can be removed. But one thing to be noticed, that you cannot put the blade in the hand underneath like that, because there's no way the hands will be able to hold it. But you can, of course, you can put it onto like this. It doesn't serve too much, but it is still a thing though. So we don't have any waist swivel because of the way it is transformed. So no torso articulation. And here's the kick to the front of the leg and to the back. It is quite limited due to the backpack. You got a split, which is decent enough. Here's you got a bicep, you got a thigh swivel, and you got this is the bend the knee, 90 degrees bend. Unfortunately, you have no pivot, but you got a toe bend, which is similar for the transformation. So the articulation wise for this guy is really good for deluxe class, minus some because we cannot have everything, don't we? But I still enjoy this figures a lot, and he's a really nice add-on to your Dark of the Moon collection or the Autobots collection, or just simply the old Studio Series collections. So definitely get this guy. And what can I say? I enjoy this guy, and I think that I'm gonna 3D print the blade just to give him a little bit of poses options onto my shelf. And so that should be it for today, guys. So if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, like and share this video, and tell me what you think about Dino in the comment section below. Also follow me on Instagram, that is where I do most of my updates. And if you feel like you can help me out with the future figures, feel free to buy me a coffee, link is in the description below. So TonTon out.